Hey everyone, this is your average Jen. I'm sorry if I sound far away. I have a cat laying right in front of the computer. So, why the weird witchy hat? Because today's episode is about depression, and I honestly don't remember this episode or what I said. So, let me call this up if I can see. There we go, now I can see. Um, Share the screen. And I'll let myself do all the talking. All right. I hope that we all enjoy this together, even though it looks like it's going to be a sad topic. Let's see what I had to say. Actually, let's see what I have to say.
Hi there, and welcome to I'm Only Human, a podcast that attempts to explain how to coexist with other humans. This podcast is going to dive into topics like: is it possible to overcome human nature? Are rules and laws necessary for taming bad behaviors, or are they simply a control mechanism crafted by other disturbed minds? Why do we fight with each other? How does traditional religion impact us? Can social disease be healed through individual recovery? My name is Jen, and I'm an average human. Before I begin, I would like to state that I will be talking about controversial things such as, but not limited to, religion, God, the Bible, 12-step programs, and politics. I am not an expert, and I don't claim to be one. I will, however, be referencing Alcoholics Anonymous because it is the granddaddy of all other 12-step programs. I will also be quoting things from the Bible and mentioning God along with different religions. I'm not trying to promote a particular program, nor am I trying to convert anyone. I believe religion gives us a foundation, and 12-step recovery guides people down a path to self-actualization. Through recovery, healing is possible. I believe that changed minds and attitudes can change our world. Hello, Facebook people. No, wait, this isn't Facebook. This is my podcast, people. I'm all kinds of messed up today. I just felt like sharing because I've been feeling empty for close to 2 months now, and it's so hard to focus on things, and it's hard to feel anything other than tired. Every day is a struggle, like from the moment I wake up till the moment I go to bed. I, like a lot of people, have to force myself to do basic things. Eating has even become a chore. I'm not glad that there are other people struggling right now, but I am glad that I'm not alone and there are millions of people from all walks of life that are feeling the same things I'm feeling, because we all do our best to lend support to each other through social media, because that's our new world. I don't know about all of you, but I feel like time is running out. I don't know why I feel this way. It's like this voice that keeps saying that if change doesn't happen, like right now, right this moment, it'll be too late. I am but one person in a world that's going crazy. I don't know if recovery has ruined things for me or not, or if it has enlightened me. TV isn't the same, human interactions aren't the same, nothing is the same, but I suppose that's a good thing. There are plenty of people in my life that remind me of what I was like before I accepted that I am my own problem. I see this type of denial every day. It's in social media where everyone is just waiting to jump on the bandwagon of hate because they can no longer think for themselves. People keep trying to jump in on the things that I say, but I refuse to play that game. I'm not at that same thinking level where I must feel better about myself by picking on another person. And I don't think that I'm better than another person either. All I'm trying to do is live my life and do what I can do to make a difference in my own world. So, what's going on in my world right now? Well, there's still a ton of turmoil at work. And I was thinking about leaving it all behind and starting over. But I thought about it more and decided that that was the way I used to think. And that's the way I used to respond. Like if I didn't like something, I would just quit. I would just go to a new job. I've had enough jobs to know that things don't change. It's all the same show, but the characters are new. I decided to start being myself and doing what I can do to make my work environment better for myself and for those around me. It's really a selfish reason if I think about it, but I'm so tired of all the workplace drama. So I took my concerns and possible solutions to some people. I don't know if it will make a difference or not. At least I'm trying because nothing changes if nobody's willing to take that risk to make things happen. I'm more of an ideas person. I should have been in marketing, but I'm not, and I really don't want to go back to school to learn that stuff that I already know how to do. Schools can't teach me life skills. I must learn those on my own. Back to the topic of depression, hopefully, I think. I don't know if I have depression or not. I was talking to a mental health person 8 months ago, and at that time, my recovery had me feeling better. So I thought I was fine. And I said I didn't think I needed any extra therapy. So I don't talk to that person anymore. And now I really don't know if I'm fine or not. I know there are highs and lows of being alive, and I don't think anyone really knows what quote unquote normal is. I don't think that word can even apply to a human because we are all so different, and yet we try to do our best to blend in with the crowd and be the same. I don't think that was the intention for us. Well, lately I've been influenced by a guy named Jamie Winship, and I'm wondering if this has anything to do with my mental state. I went back and started listening to my own podcast again from the very beginning. I started this thing like about 5 months ago, and I'm amazed at how much my thinking has changed in that short time. The views I had are not all the same, and there is nothing wrong with that because I'm not running for office or anything. Oh, here's a tangent alert. Okay. Those people, meaning political people, have it rough because the public thinks that people's views can't change. This is why they like to bring up old footage of things that were said in interviews and to the press. And I think it's unfair that we all sit behind our mighty phone or computer screen and blast other people for living their lives. Granted, their decisions have a greater impact than any of them realize, and they probably should not be making decisions on our behalf at all. Even if they say they have lived a rough life, they have forgotten what that was like and cannot relate to those they rule over. This is why it's so critical to have good mental health. Our nation is falling apart because we are all afraid of one another. Those rare individuals that can break away from the rest of the crowd are basically murdered or they take their lives. The moment anyone steps outside of the programming, the rest of the world is quick to force you back into compliance. And if you don't do as you're told, you're harassed until you cower your head once more, or you go out like a bang for standing up for what you feel is right. Isn't that why people are assassinated? End of tangent. Sorry about that. I found comfort in the things that Jamie talks about. His perspective on things is amazing to say the least. Well, in my opinion, it's amazing to say the least. What it comes down to is that we are all living a lie. We are focused on the wrong things, and that is why there's so much conflict in the world. We should be thinking of our lives as a gift. We don't treat ourselves like that, though, do we? I grumble about stuff every day, and it's usually the same stuff. What I've learned from listening to Jamie is that every person has an identity that is unique to them. The real goal was to use those talents and do something with them to live in harmony with the world and those around you. There is no need to compete with each other for money or status because every role is just as critical as the next. Think about this for example. A clock has gears to make it function. Each gear is unique and has its own purpose. On its own, it can't do anything but spin, or maybe it can't even do that. I don't know. It needs the rest of the components so that it can function as something useful. Why can't humans do this? Why can't we tap into ourselves and find that talent that we had at birth? We can learn a lot if we stop trying to control those around us and watch and learn from the things they do. Jamie talks about how our true self is squashed early in life. Our parents squash it for us. They don't mean to do it, they don't know any better. Kids come up with some strange things and they think about things through a less filtered view than adults. Maybe those strange ideas could be the thing that can change the world. But instead, we tell our kids to grow up, quit dreaming. Life doesn't work that way. That way of thinking is stupid. If the adults knew how to make things better, we should have been living in a better world by now. At least I think so. We are not, however. Maybe this will be another case of Sodom and Gomorrah where the place was wiped out because of all the corruption in it. From birth, we are conditioned to value money over anything else in this world. We sacrifice our lives, we sacrifice our families, we sacrifice our bodies for the sake of money. Sure, money can help you purchase the things you want in the world, but can it bring you happiness? I think it's a loaded question. I might not be so uptight if I wasn't constantly stressed out about money. I just got some bad news from an MRI and I'm freaking out a little because this could potentially mean time out of work and more medical bills than I can afford to pay for. Maybe if I were rich, I would not have to worry about things like this. Unfortunately, I am not rich, and this is how the rest of the world lives. It's not that we are foolish with our money. It's the fact that things cost so much more money than we could ever make in a lifetime. All it takes is one extra bill to push us into that pit that we are always teetering on the edge of. It's a horrible way to live. One accident is all it takes for us to lose everything. One car repair, one medical bill, one broken appliance, one sick day from work is enough to push a person into that pit that will swallow them in a matter of days or months. The people in power have no experience living like this. They freak out when they have to sell one of 3 vacation homes because they quote unquote can't afford it. It's sickening to hear. We are out here fighting to survive by the rules that other people decided for us, the rules that they themselves do not have to live by. I'm annoyed at the fighting between political parties. I say fire them all and let recovered addicts and alcoholics call the shots. I got off my topic, as I usually do. I think I might be feeling slightly better, though. I suppose that hanging out on X is probably not good for my mental health. There's so much hate and bile in that space. It's like stepping into a burning building at times. I go in, I throw a few lifelines, and then I get out of there. I'm thankful for my recovery community in that space, though. You guys are my sanctuary in the social storm. In closing, I would like to say that the opinions expressed here were strictly of my own making, or by my guests. Take what you like and leave the rest. You may come to realize that you may not like me or what I want to share. Let's talk to each other, reason things out, but let there be no gossip or criticism of one another. Instead, let the fellowship of ethical human behavior and the serenity from positive human interaction help you grow and chill out, one experience at a time. I would like to thank my higher power for guiding me through this podcast. I hope to spread the message of love, hope, and understanding by touching one life at a time. If you like this podcast, please like and share it. Comments also help other struggling people find it. I am now listener supported, and if you would like to contribute, please feel free. There is no obligation. If you would like to share feedback, you can email me at averagehumanbeing1875 at gmail.com. There is also a link you can click if you'd like to send a voice message and add to the content of the show.
Okay. Stop sharing. There we go. Yeah, the hat was a bit overkill for that episode, but it might have gotten some of you to watch. Who knows? Let me take this off so I can see what I'm doing. Hello. Hi. How are you all? So, anyway, there you have it. Some things at work are starting to improve. It's a very slow process, as most change is. I think this was a pretty good episode. And with that, I'll let you get on with your night. Join me again. Bye bye.